up, Virgo? Welcome to your June 2020 reading. This is going to be for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, okay? If it doesn't resonate, definitely check out your Moon, Rising, or your Venus. It's not going to hit home for everybody every month, okay? Thank you for being here. If you are new, what's up? My name is Danny. If you are returning, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Virgo. Before we get into this, I do want to say I want to give a special shout out to all of you people who are out there fighting for Black lives right now. I don't want to do a reading without having this not be brought up, because this is something that is important to me as a Black woman and just someone who loves people in general, someone who has a Black son. All you allies who are out there, whether it's, signing the petitions, making the calls, into your local elected officials, whether it is the protesting on the front lines, whether it is, having these annoying and difficult and uncomfortable conversations with people who don't see things the same way, and trying to open up their eyes. I just thank you for doing your part. It takes all of us to all do our part. We are definitely going into the age of Aquarius. Things are definitely changing, and the black and white world that we've lived in forever, it's not going to hold up in this new way. So everyone who's doing their part, thank you. I appreciate it, definitely from the bottom of my heart. If you are interested in ways that you can help contribute to the cause, I will leave some links down at the bottom at the in the comments. I'll pin them. If you have any resources that you would like to share, then definitely please share them with people. And I just want to say thank you. Okay, so moving along, Virgo, this is really interesting, and I feel like we had almost a similar conversation a few months back. It might have even been last year, but like the end of last year, like we're talking November, December-ish, maybe January. But there's a lot going on right now. Now, out of all the cards I pulled for you guys, which I pulled 9 cards, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, including the bottom of the deck, which is Temperance energy, which is Sagittarius energy. So I don't know if some of you guys are dealing with Sagittarius, but what I will say is, there's been this feeling that a lot of you guys have put in a lot of work into something, and you've had to be patient for a while with something. Right underneath that Temperance card, you've got the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is about planting that seed, right? But whenever we're at the 7 of Pentacles, we don't really know yet if the work that you've done is going to pay off, right? You're really still kind of like watching to see what's going to happen. What's underneath that is 8 of Cups, which is really interesting because this is about walking away from something that maybe you were very emotionally connected to. So this could be walking away from a relationship that maybe you spent years trying to pour into and love on and nurture, and for whatever reason it just didn't work out. So this is like walking away, like knowing that you've tried everything that you could. And for some of you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, actually for a good amount of you, whoever I am reading this for, it feels like this is kind of that energy. So this feels like it actually has a lot to do with the relationships with you guys right now. Although, remember, take the message as it resonates. It could trickle into your career and all that kind of stuff too. Now, the major arcana you guys got were the Empress, the World, the Sun, and the Temperance. Now, Sun has been coming up a lot in these reads. Empress, she's been kind of showing herself too. The World, absolutely. We are having hella shit going on, right? Like, we're in eclipse season. We're having all these retrogrades, like all these planets. Like today, Mercury retrograde begins. So also, if I'm talking crazy or like I'm tripping over my words, this affects me every Mercury retrograde. So please bear with me. But whatever's happening right now, I don't really know that I feel like anything is, it's almost like things are happening on the low, and maybe you may not see anything solidified until about August season, right? Or August, we got the Sun card. And again, August, for some reason, actually for the last few months, I feel like I've been talking about this to a lot of the signs. It feels like it's going to be very significant. I don't know what's going to be happening in August, and then look at the bottom of my clarifying deck right now is the Sun card too. So also you could be dealing with a Leo, but just putting it out there. Now, You guys start out with Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Empress card. Again, I feel like a lot of you guys have been trying at something for quite some time and it just has not been working. I feel like you've been trying to be patient. You probably even got realizations that things maybe been needing to change since like November of last year. I get the feeling that some of you guys have been trying so hard at a relationship or something and it just has not been working. So some of you guys feel like you're at this point where you're just off to the new, right? Knight of Wands, he gets a bad rap, right? Because he will explore, right? uh, Knights are all about action in themselves, and then so are Wands. And so this Knight of Wands person is not someone who's going to stick around something because they feel like they have a duty or they feel like they have to. This is someone who is always chasing their passions. So in terms of dating, this is someone who, like, they're gonna date until they find something they like. They're not gonna just settle. But also this energy is really, really important in terms of just figuring out what it is that you like and where you are and where you stand with certain things, right? Because if we don't try new things, if we don't open ourselves up to new experiences or new people or new lessons, then we do the same thing and then we're mad that we get the same result. So that Knight of Wands, although people talk about it, it's a really good energy in terms of self-discovery because it's really about someone who's learning by experiencing, and they're staying true to how they feel because they only do things that they like. If you're dealing with a Knight of Wands person and they're sticking with you, it's because they actually really want to. There is no, I feel like I have to, like, what? Hell no. And I do love that we do see the King of Wands coming up later. So we'll get into that. There is this sense of elevation. So Knight of Wands was clarified by the Page of Cups. Yes. So a lot of you guys, like I said, this feels like a dating. Maybe you guys are doing some online dating. I mean, I know things are a little hard dating during quarantine, although things are starting to open up. People are starting to go and, you know, eat on the patios, the restaurants and all the things, shop a little bit. So this feels like this has to do with your love life. You know, Page of Cups and just cups in general talk about your intuition. So do Wands. Like, Wands are very much connected to spirit and intuition too. So, you know, I think this is a really big thing about you guys needing to trust your gut. I think you guys are going to be getting in a message from someone. It could be a love offer. It could be, you know, a date offer. It could be something like that. But there's a lot of good luck here to support it. Virgos, you guys are naturally very pragmatic. And I'm sorry, but you can't do that. In fact, there's so much water here, actually, and even the wands, there's a lot of water and fire energy here. There is no overthinking things right now. And really it's not going to work out for you to overthink things because Mercury's in retrograde, right? Venus is in retrograde, but like, we can't trust our thought processes only, especially when we're talking about relationships. And I think a lot of you guys do that still. Like, if it doesn't make sense and whatever, but sometimes, like, you guys are trying to get, or maybe have been trying in the past to get your mind to do your heart's work, and it just does not work that way. So I do like that I'm seeing like a lot of this month or the rest of this month going into Cancer season seems to be going about like how you feel about things. So that's really, really good. Now, Cancer season is going to be emotional for everybody. Of course, we do have that solar eclipse too in Cancer at 0 degrees. Like, or is that the Mercury going retrograde today? Cancer. I think that's the eclipse. I can't remember. But there's a lot of emotions running high. There's a lot for everybody, right? So if you have any Cancer placements too, you probably will feel that very, very strongly, or even Capricorn placement because that is opposite Cancer. And right as I talk about Cancer, let's get the Cancer card popping out. Okay, Chariot card. Now, Chariot card is clarifying the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands can be a very defensive energy. This could be someone who feels like they're being attacked from people on the outside, right? But whatever this is, I feel like you guys are moving past it. So some of you guys, I think whatever it is that you've been trying to work at for so long, and a lot of you guys, it feels like it was a certain relationship that you were in. It's almost like you felt guilt if you didn't try to stick it out. But if it also feels like you guys are at a point where you're like, no, I tried. Like, I tried, I'm tired, I'm moving on. Chariot energy is all about success and victory and balance and moving forward. And, you know, I mean, like, moving forward. Chariots move fast, and it doesn't matter what obstacles come in their way, they're still able to really, really, really just press on. And one thing about them is the balance, right? You got the yin and the yang with the, okay, with the black and the white sphinx, which is really important. You can't move forward successfully without the balance. So that's yin and yang, that's feminine and masculine energy. Again, you guys are going to really tap into, really want to tap into that feminine energy this month to get you through. It's going to be super important to you. And it's going to be important because, again, you got the Empress energy. She is divine feminine energy here on Earth. You got the High Priestess and you got the Empress. Both of these represent divine feminine energy. The only difference is High Priestess, she is not a human. She is spirit. She knows all the answers. So a lot of times when we get our intuitive hits, it just, there's no emotion behind it. That's how, like, a lot of people ask me, like, how do you know when it's your intuition or when it's your ego? Your ego will beat you down while it's telling you something, right? Like the ego, some hits from ego might be like, you know, it'll tell you something, but then there's like also like another little like added like opinion or something, or, you know, it's just different. Spirit, there is no emotion behind it. And so sometimes when we get those hits intuitively, we try to just act like we ignore them, especially if we don't like them, right? But the Empress, she is human. She's part human, part spirit like us. So she's able to really identify and kind of nurture, and she is the nurturer of all the deck, right? So this is Taurus Libra energy. This is about fertility. You see how in this picture she's literally pregnant, but also instead of like just being pregnant with like babies, you'd be pregnant with ideas. You'd be pregnant, you know, things flourishing. Now we do have that Empress card that has the full moon here, and we did just have the full moon eclipse in Sagittarius, the lunar eclipse. And again, you do have that Sagittarius card here. So if you have Sagittarius placements, then it might be helpful to watch that video. But this is about being abundant. This is about nurturing yourself, and you know, I think for you guys, especially nurturing yourself, because you know, the Empress, she nurtures everybody else, but she often forgets herself. And I think that's what you guys have done for so long. And this is a point where you can revisit that, and where you should revisit that. In fact, all these retrogrades give you the chance to revisit those things. Okay. Now 3 cards just popped out. We'll take them all. Now we've got the 7 of Pentacles coming up. We already talked about that underneath underneath that Temperance card. So this is about planting seed. This is about waiting for outcomes. We've got the Knight of Swords coming up. This could be about harsh communication coming your way, or just very fast communication. This person often puts their foot in their mouth because they don't always think before they speak. This could also be about travel. Some of you guys might be making travel plans. There's a lot of travel cards here, actually. You do have the Knight of Wands. Anytime I see a knight, that's traveling automatically. Knight of Wands, the Chariot card, Knight of Swords. We do have the World card coming up here too in a few, which we'll talk about. So there's a lot of maybe setting plans to travel. And then even the Page of Wands to me is like a traveler, because I always look at the pyramids in the back. But this is about a trusted, loyal friend. This is about a message coming in. You have 2 messages here. Page of Cups and Page of Wands. Some of you guys, this might have to do with children, because you do have the Page of Wands that is clarifying that Empress card, right? So maybe fertility. This could be a message of children, something coming out of nowhere kind of thing. But yeah, I just think that you guys are really, this is a month that would be really good for you to trust your intuition more and trust how you feel more, rather than trying to rationalize things or make things make sense in a way that you feel like they should, because whatever rules you have in your head of how things go. Because it's kind of like a thing right now where with all this planetary stuff going on, just everything going on in the world right now, the rules are out the window and we're kind of setting the new rules, right? So 3 of Swords, King of Wands, and the World. Now the 3 of Swords is actually what's in your environment. So again, I don't know. I just feel like some of you guys, there was something that you guys put a lot of time and energy into. And a lot of you, it feels like relationships. And I think you guys are at a place where you're not trying to do that anymore. So there might leave someone out in the cold kind of thing, or like leave them kind of sad and heartbroken. 3 of Swords is like someone who got dissed. Like this is someone, or someone who got lied to, or someone who was found out something that was, you know, unfortunate for them, did not feel good, definitely stabbed them in the heart. Whether this is like a sign of betrayal, I don't think so. So it doesn't feel like there's any betrayal here, but it's just like one of those unfortunate things. Like, you know, like you break up with someone and they don't want to break up with you, or vice versa. Like that shit sucks. Stop it. 3 of Swords, clarify the 3 of Swords. Yeah, you guys are definitely stepping away from something, a lot of you, or whoever this is applying to. And I think it's really leaving the other person sad. the World, but hey, it's the end of that chapter. And you got the World twice, end of a chapter, okay? And you guys know it. If this is making sense to you and this is feeling right, then you already know it. This is stuff you already knew. Two of Swords, it feels like you guys were stuck on something for a long time, not knowing which way to go, not knowing which truth is right for you. But Fool card underneath that, it's time for a new beginning and for you guys to take a risk. Now, King of Wands, which he is fine in this deck, okay? Look at that. Anyways, King of Wands, I love. You guys got the King of Wands and you got the Knight of Wands. So there is this elevation that's happening too, this maturity that's happening too. Any type of king in the suit or in the cards represent mastery of a suit. So King of Wands energy, but this feels like this is you. Like this feels like this is the energy of you guys getting up and going out and doing something, getting something, being very clear on what you want. Because the King of Wands, like, not only is he fine, he's charismatic, he's fun, he's like the guy that you want to get to know and be around in the room because he's like just so fun. He's got the, but he's successful and he's not uptight and he's spontaneous. And I'm only saying he because this is a man on the card. Please take it as resonates, because sometimes y'all want to tell me that men watch this too and get irritated that I speak to the card, and that is dumb. But okay. So, King of Wands. I think this is you guys really elevating and stepping into your power and knowing that you have to do what you have to do for you. Now, there is a line in the back. There could be, there's that Leo influence. Again, August season might be big for you guys. And, I think a lot of people aren't making really major decisions right now, especially considering all the retrogrades and just so much going on. But you might find that this is like kind of like similar to what I said to Sagittarius. This is a decision you're making right now, and maybe you'll put some action towards it later. Now, Four of Pentacles energy is all about holding on tight to things that we value. Pentacles are value. Four of Pentacles is holding on tight. So maybe some of you guys are saving. Maybe you guys are saving to move. Maybe saving to start a business. Maybe some of you guys are holding back a bit. Two of Wands, new beginnings. Two of Wands is also a new beginnings card for me too, because you've got someone who is standing there with both of their wands. They've got one bolted in the floor. They've got one that they're holding and looking in that direction and looking at the globe and looking at the world really around them, right? They already know what this wand do. They've already been there, already know that. He's interested in this new one, right? This is about making plans and taking action to move forward. So that's really, really important. And then the World card, here we go again with this. Feels like this is the end of an era. I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, so communication surrounding this, truth coming out. Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. Ace of Swords is the epiphany. Ace of Swords is that communication. It is that thought. It is that spark of, understanding and realization. And I think for you guys, this is about something being over. And you guys are really at this place where you want to try something different. Three of Wands, again, this is waiting for your ships to settle in. So this is about that waiting, kind of being patient. And, you guys have definitely been doing the work. Again, I just think that if this is you in this situation, it feels like you guys have been in this place for so long because your pragmatic mind is telling you like, no, this is just what you do. And it's almost like a switching over from a mind frame of like duty to a thing or a person, and then switching over to being like, no, I have to go for what I want. And I have to kind of have that same duty for me. Right? Because I think in this, Virgo, some of you guys have neglected how you feel, okay? And not no more. Sun, Nine of Cups, we loves, and Two of Cups. Ooh. So some of you guys, you might be meeting someone who like there's like a really good connection with. That's how we leave the reading with the Two of Cups. Yes. So Sun card, this is the yes card. This is the most positive card in the deck. It is representative of Leo and Leo season, possibly. It is about answers coming to light, because whenever the sun is shining, we see all the truth, right? Sun card reminds me of Lion King. It reminds me of Pride Rock, right? Everything under the sun, Mufasa ruled. Everything that was in the shadows, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But this is about things being exposed and things being happy and things being harmonious. It's about coming over hurdles. Queen of Pentacles, and I love that because that's your energy. So you find yourself in a really good place. She's stable. She's got her family in order. She's got her friends. She's got her businesses. She's got her money flowing. She is doing the things, right? So I think this is really, really good. Six of Swords, yes. Bottom of the deck right now. This required you guys walking away from something that was too heavy. You were taking on too much and your back hurts. Didn't feel good. Nine of Cups, I love, because this is about someone really standing in their happiness, standing in their truth, standing in their passions, right? This is about wish fulfillment. This is about being happy despite what's going on around you, right? Deciding to be happy no matter what. Yes, for you guys, a lot of you guys, this is the end of confusion, end of your upset, maybe your heartbreak, right? This is the end of the struggles. Again, walking away. Six of Swords again. So, Two of Cups. This is a beautiful connection. This is water energy, so could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Does not have to be. It's about balance. It's about I'm here for you, you're here for me. It's about really seeing one another. Oh, I love Two of Cups energy. Okay, damn. And then Hierophant. This is like marriage, right? This could be about commitments. It's about, you know, it's a very spiritual card. It's a very spiritually led card. So maybe some of you guys are going to be meeting someone who's like spirit led you there. Like it was like it doesn't even make sense how you met this person, except for it was just meant to be. It was fated, right? This is Taurus energy. So maybe you're connecting with the Taurus, but it's definitely about coming together, some type of a commitment. I think that a lot of you guys are leaving something to go towards something else, to be quite honest, and not saying that you're going to jump into this something else right now. But what I do know is a lot of you guys are understanding that whatever it is that you're already currently involved with, it's not working, hasn't been working, and it's like you can't even lie to yourself anymore about it. It's unfortunate, but you know? Okay. Sever vows of poverty and clearing debts. Okay. Clearing debts says your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. Honey, right? It says your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts. Some of you guys are getting rid of this emotional debt finally. Not mad at it. Okay, sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of doing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Love this. Sever vows of poverty, sever vows of inadequacy. I'm not good enough. Any of that. Like, it's done. It's data. You got the world twice. This is a whole new situation. You guys are walking into something completely different. And I know that too, because look, two of these came out too, and you got separation and worth waiting for. So, time apart from your partners on the horizon. Bam. Worth waiting for. Divine timings at work in your love life. Again, some of you guys are meeting someone phenomenal, and maybe you even already know this person, and now it's just you're at a place where you're like wanting and ready to do something about it. But there's something super major and beautiful stirring up here, Virgo, and it's going to require you to kind of drop the rules that you've made and drop that pragmatic thinking and to really kind of trust the heart, trust the gut, and go for it. Okay, so I love you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can reach out to me at shesvibetarot@gmail.com. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, Virgo.